So you finally did it. You've wanted to play guitar since you were a kid, but for whatever reason, were unable to. But now you're an adult, you've decided this is the year I'm gonna start playing. Well, first off, congratulations. Guitar is a wonderful instrument. I've played for over 30 years, and it continues to bring me joy every day. Now I'm gonna show you what I would do if I was starting fresh today as an adult beginner. This is how I would go about learning. I'm Joshua Kenson, and this is Kenson Guitar Academy. I help new guitarists reach their musical goals while always keeping in mind that fun is the most important part of it. I've worked with quite a few adults that are just starting guitar, and I think one of the main fears is that they're going to be wasting their time. They have so little time to begin with work and obligations at home, that there's a fear that in this limited amount of time that I already have, am I going to be able to make progress on the instrument? And the answer is absolutely you can. I think having the proper plan in place and then the consistency is really going to drive you forward. Asking yourself questions like, why am I even wanting to learn the instrument? Is it to learn every theoretical concept there is, to be able to play in a band and play, arena concerts? Or are you just trying to bring some relaxing enjoyment into your life? And I think that's what a lot of adults are doing. They want to be able to sit down with the instrument, play some music, and enjoy some relaxing time. Don't get me wrong, theory and guitar exercises, all those sorts of things are very important, and you will get into some of that. But I think keeping your sights on actual musicality and learning some songs and learning how to just really sit down with the instrument and play something musical. If you can do that within the first month or so, I think you're going to feel very reassured that this is something that you can not only do, but that you're going to be able to make progress on and sit down and have some enjoyment with the instrument, not just added stress to your life. So with that said, the first thing that I would focus on is consistency. You don't need to sit down with the instrument for an hour every day, 2 hours, 3 hours. If you had that time to do that, obviously that would be great, but I would much prefer a student that has consistent practices, consistent 20-minute practices. 30 minutes is kind of the sweet spot, but even if you can just sit down for 15 to 20 minutes, consistently, that is better than getting that hour in and then not touching the instrument for 4 days. That constant daily reinforcement of small concepts, whether that be moving from chord to chord or learning a small melody or a scale, that reinforcement daily in the small time frame is better than really, diving deep on something for an hour and then not reinforcing it the next couple days. Now, if you're able to put in that hour one day, that's great. Just don't skip the next day. Get that 15 minutes in, get that 20 minutes in. It is going to compound over time. So consistency for an adult player, and really any player, but I think especially adults that have little time to begin with, consistent short practice sessions is going to be absolutely key. Now, what I would focus on if I was just starting out is a real strong foundation of open chords. I wouldn't jump right into bar chords. I wouldn't jump into a whole bunch of theory or guitar exercises. Let's keep things very simple, and we're going to learn a whole bunch of open guitar chords that are going to sound great on the instrument. And not only that, you are going to be able to play so many songs with the basic open chords that are available on the instrument, are A minors, C majors, E minors, and so on. One thing to remember is so many great songwriters out there aren't necessarily these expert level musicians. They are using the basic chords in a creative way to build a melody or sing a line over these basic chord changes. And that's really a good thing for the beginning guitarist, because there's going to be a whole bunch of songs that are at your doorstep that you can jump into right away by just knowing those basic open forms. So if I was just starting today, I would say your foundation right off the bat, 80% is going to be get comfortable with open chords. Then the two things that go alongside that is a basic understanding of basic rhythmic structure and how to create a strumming pattern, follow a strumming pattern. Again, a lot of songs follow a very basic strumming pattern. It isn't something overly complicated. So getting very comfortable with the chord structures and then the accompanying rhythmic aspect to it is going to be a great combination. Then all you have to do is be able to string those open chords together in a timely manner. That's going to come with confidence as you learn these chords and really start to develop that muscle memory that allows you to move from one chord to the next almost effortlessly. You throw in a basic finger exercise on top of that, and you have the tools to put together a really solid practice session. You start off with some basic finger exercise, maybe a C major scale. run that a few times. After you feel nice and warm, you go through your chord changes, really make sure that you are developing those open chords and have a sense of control over them. And then you start to work on a song that you are looking to play with those open chords that you've been working on. So what are a couple things that I would stay away from in the beginning? Probably first and foremost, bar chords. Bar chords are going to happen. They are super helpful and they are used in a lot of popular music, but at the same time, it is a pain point for all beginning guitarists. So if you build that foundation of open chords to begin with, you're already going to be able to play a lot of great songs. Just don't make it to where bar chords are the thing that is keeping you from moving forward and playing a song. So if you find a chord right off the bat that has a bar chord, just stay away from it initially. You're going to get to them and they're absolutely necessary, but I wouldn't jump into them week 1, week 2. Stick to those open chords. Theory. Now here is something that you can get lost in the forest with. Theory is a great thing, how we explain things that we hear. But I would stay away from just going super deep on the theoretical aspects. Learn about what notes make up the chords you're playing and maybe some basic things like what is a major scale? How do I create a major scale? What's the major scale formula? That type of stuff. But don't delve too deeply into it just yet. Have it be informed by the chords that you are learning, the things that you are learning, not just because I want to learn every theoretical concept, because we need to put those into practice as well. And you're just not at the point when you're first starting out to be able to put a lot of those things into practice. So that gradual growth into theory is a better way to approach it. And then finally, speed. You don't need to play everything at 100 miles per hour just yet. There are a lot of songs out there that have an up tempo to them, right? They're more quickly played, but maybe you just slow that tempo down a little bit and try to get it slow first. This is kind of one of those cliches of slow and steady wins the race, okay? So give yourself a little bit of a break and maybe shy away from songs that are super quick to begin with. And then if you are playing those, maybe just slow them down a little bit. Now, having a basic structure to how you practice things on a daily basis is going to be very helpful as well. So we know that we're going to build a foundation of open chords. We know that we're going to play a couple basic entry-level finger exercises, and we know that we want to play some songs. So how do we structure our practice to make sure that we are hitting all those points and making steady progress? I feel like exercise is no-brainer. It's the first thing that you do, you get it out of the way, and it's used as a warm-up. So let's say you were practicing that C major scale in first position. Obviously, you probably won't play it that fast when you're first learning it, but as you are first learning it, maybe you just kick it at a low speed, either with your metronome or first off just trying to get it memorized without the metronome, and you just run through it. Really focusing on clarity of each note, trying to keep the tempo very steady. And once you're able to run through it at a tempo like that, very steadily, and all the notes are clear, then you start to ramp them up a little bit. But I would only spend like 5 minutes on that, especially if you're just trying to get the most out of like 20, 25 minutes. Spend no more than 10 minutes with that, but I would say just use it as a warm-up for the first 5 minutes or so. The next 10 minutes of your practice is going to be focusing on one concept. So whether that is a few open chords that you're trying to learn better, incorporate into the chords that you know, let's say that's a C major and a G major. We have a couple chords that we're trying to incorporate into our kind of tool belt there, and you just take 10 minutes with it, see if you can get them all ringing out clearly. You might have to start fresh and do one finger at a time. You're looking at your chord diagram and like, okay, is that right? Oh, what's wrong with this? Okay, well, I'm kind of getting in the way of some of the other strings here. Make sure that you are using one finger per string. You have those fingers coming straight out from the fretboard, making sure they're only touching the one string they should be touching. You're strumming from the root note down, and when you get it nice and clear, there you go. So that concept for that 10 minutes could be one chord, just whatever it is. Take one concept and spend, this is what I'm going to try to accomplish. I'm going to try to learn C major today. I'm going to try to learn C major and G major. I'm going to try to play a strumming pattern going from C major to G major back and forth. So you have one simple concept that you are trying to focus on to move the needle forward a little bit. By doing this, you have a goal in mind. You are constantly moving a little bit forward. You're not just practicing whatever pops into your head. You have a plan. And for adults especially, I think having a plan with that limited time is going to make a lot of difference. That last 10 to 15 minutes of your practice, now that's where a song comes in, because I think for me, what I try to get across to my students is keeping fun at the center of our focus is really important. I want you to be able to play songs that you enjoy and be moving forward on the instrument musically, not just theoretically and exercise-wise. I want you to be looking for ways to incorporate music really in the first month of your playing. So if that's a song like Knockin' on Heaven's Door or Helpless by CSNY, these are all basic songs that have basic chords, basic strumming, and I think getting a song under your belt from start to finish is a huge accomplishment for any starting guitarist. And I think you should let those songs sometimes inform what your focus points are for that middle section of your practice. So if you are learning a song, and let's say it has a riff in there, kind of a nice scale down in a E minor pentatonic there, that is in a song called Rumble. So this song has a lot of basic chords in it, really easy strumming pattern. But at some point we have this riff. So you've been learning that foundation of open chords, but then you hear this scale in there. So that would be a way that a song informs you, hey, I need to learn whatever that was. And then you do a little research and you find out that that is a minor pentatonic scale in E. So, and it's descending. So you let that inform the exercise that you work on. Okay, I'm gonna learn an E minor pentatonic. And I'm gonna run it ascending, I'm gonna run it descending. And that is going to then roll right into the song that I am playing. I've been working on those open chords. And then when that pops up, you're like, okay, I can do that now. You look at the tablature, you let the song inform what exercises you are working on. It doesn't work all the time. Sometimes we just want to learn a scale, and that will relate to something down the road, and that's fine too. But I think if you are always thinking in that way of what's going to allow me to get to that song that I want to play, you are going to be moving down the path that you want to go down faster. So some of the things to avoid outside of those things, like going on theory too deeply or jumping into bar chords too early, there are some things as a new guitarist that you can fall into that's kind of that guitarist trap that really isn't moving you forward, but does give you a little bit of enjoyment up front. And one of the main things is feeling like you need a whole bunch of gear and a whole bunch of different gear to move forward on the instrument. You really don't. An acoustic guitar or a basic electric guitar setup is going to be more than enough. You don't need to have multiples of each. You don't need to get into all the different pedal boards and all that kind of stuff. Those things are cool, but they are also distracting. If you spend your time trying to find that perfect guitar tone, that is time that could have been used towards developing those open chords and other concepts. So don't get lost in the gear side of things. Get the basic setup for what you're trying to do. Obviously, if you want acoustic music, an acoustic guitar is going to be the way to go. If you're into rock and roll or metal, some sort of basic electric guitar setup is going to be a better way to go, because you are letting what your goals are inform what you should purchase, right? But don't let that idea of purchasing to feel like you are making progress get in the way. Get on the instrument, keep that consistency with the practice. That's what's going to push you forward. Another thing to avoid, if you can, is kind of learning things halfway. And what I mean by that is there's going to be concepts and songs that you learn that you're going to run into a roadblock. And it's okay to jump to something else for a while to vary things up a little bit, but don't make that a large habit. You want to be able to either pick that song, that basic song, and once you're able to play it from start to finish, a 3-minute song, that is a huge accomplishment. Learning a riff is cool. Learning a little piece of a song, I learned the verse for this song, I learned the chorus for that song, that's good, and that is progress. I don't want to tell you that you shouldn't try to learn multiple things, especially if it's bringing you enjoyment, but if you can, really try to learn things from start to finish, at least in the song side of things. You don't want to half learn them because you are missing out on some of that progress that you could have had. And the last thing that I would say to a beginning adult guitarist is don't quit because progress isn't obvious. These things do take time, and you also have to, we said, set that expectation. If you are able to practice 20, 30 minutes a day consistently, you will see progress. But you're going to get 20 to 30 minute a day progress, not 2 hour a day progress. There is a difference there. Set that expectation. But These concepts and this process can take different times for different people. And as long as you are being objective and trying to see where I really need to get that chord change better, or pinpoint where you are having problems with a scale or whatever it may be objective about it, be observant, because that will guide you into what you need to be working on. But just because you're not seeing some great leap in progress, especially in the beginning, it's hard to notice. These things are small. And I guarantee, especially if you kind of track your practice and even just in a little journal saying like, this is what I did today every time you practice. So you can look back 3-4 months from now and see, oh, I was having a problem with A minor. That is so simple now. I was having a problem going from G major to D major. And now that isn't a problem at all. I can play that in 4 different songs that I know. Give yourself a break, especially in the beginning. Be observant to what you're doing and remain consistent. That is the main thing. Remain consistent with those practices, and I guarantee you will make progress. One final note, make sure you're having fun. Remember what this is about. This is about enjoyment. This is about bringing fun and joy into your life. Music should be and is fun. That doesn't mean that there aren't frustrations along the way. I think with anything that's good, there are going to be frustrations along the way, but ultimately try to have fun with what you're doing because music is fun. I hope that you found this video helpful, and if you are a new guitarist, drop me a comment down below. I would love to be a resource to you as you are learning guitar. Again, I'm Joshua Kenson. This is Kenson Guitar Academy, and I'll see you in the next one.